to ask Governor Orengo, what new practice would counties then adopt that would help in realization of these rights? Very quickly, sir.
I think, first of all, let me make a general comment about some of the things that have come up because they've been directed to counties. There should be no apology about accountability. That is a requirement of the Constitution. And Mr. Khalid, my friend, whenever you are oversighting counties, either as a government institution or a civil organization, that is provided in the Constitution. And you should not whine about it. And I want to remind Governor Mungatana that you have the tools. If I'm summoned by the Senate and I do not appear in the Senate has tools to punish any infractions to legitimate processes that are being conducted by the Senate, either as an oversight body or as a legislative body. But overall, I want to say devolution is the way forward. Whether you live in the West, the East, or South, or North, you would find that the most productive, successful countries are those who are devolved. Whether they are big or small, they could be as small as Switzerland, or as big as China, or as big as the United States of America. And what Mr. Okello has said, I think it's where the problem that we have in this country, that whereas we glorify devolution, but what we do really means that we are still not committed to it. If you take a country like the United States of America, if you take those states separately, California, New York, Illinois, they are an integral part of a bigger economy, but even on their own, they contribute greatly to the national economy and even to the world economy. So we should not have any doubts that the future is really with devolution. And in Kenya, the problem is that the national government is still not quite in tandem with the promises of this constitution that in order to bring power to the people, in order to take resources to the people, if you look at Chapter 11, you look at Article 174, it is the mechanism that the Constitution has established for taking power to the people and to take the resources to the people. And the tragedy is today, particularly on social and economic rights, as Mr. Okello has pointed out, the resources that should be going to the counties are mostly still with the national government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me clap for the panelists who've done a very good job in a very tight time. What I've heard them say is accountability is non-negotiable. It is good practice, it's good manners. We must be accountable. We've also agreed that the Constitution is the foundation and we must mature it, we must respect it. They've said oversight is important and the oversight organs and tools need to be applied. But we've also said for this to happen and sustainability of development, we must be innovative and inclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, my sincere apologies. This would have been the best conversation if it lasted 5 hours because we needed to ask more questions, but we all overslept because this is Homa Bay, the home of fish. We had a little too much to eat and didn't make it too early. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You can still ask the panelists when they come back the questions you may be holding. Thank you.
All right, so let's appreciate them once more. That is a great thought-provoking conversation there by Ms. Jackie Mbogo. She is the moderator as well as Chief of Party UK Aid Reinvent Program. We've also had His Excellency Governor James Orengo, Governor Siaya County, Honorable Millie Grace Odhiambo, Member of Parliament for Suba North Constituency, Senator Honorable Danson Mungatana, Senator for Tana River County, Honorable Rehema Jaldesa, Chairperson, National Gender and Equality Commission, Commission, Mr. Hussein Khalid, CEO of Vocal Africa, as well as Counsel Duncan Okolo, Associate Director of the Kenya Judiciary Academy, and Ms. Ruth Bolo Okul, the Chairperson of the Young Women Leaders Connect. And as we always do, let's have them take a group photo for this second plenum. In the interest of time, we now move on to our side events happening in the designated breakout areas. Please check your program to see which sessions you'd like to attend. Here in the main hall, we have a session by the Digital Health Authority on the role of digitization in healthcare in promoting social equity, justice, and inclusion. If you want to be in that side event, do stay in the main hall. But a very important, something important to note, that we will convene right here in the main hall at exactly 12:30 p.m. for a high-level session with our guest speaker, retired Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. It is a high-level session you do not want to miss, so please be back here and seated by 12:30 p.m. Good afternoon.